Good morning everyone and welcome to 2021. So, nakapag-celebrate mo ba ng New Year ang lahat? So, hopefully, ngayong 2021 will be a good year for all of us. So, this video, I'll be discussing what's written in my back. But before I'll discuss what is written in my back, don't forget to comment down below kung anong gusto mong topic mo malaman here sa mathematics. So,
Moshi Moshi.
ayan. So, we will start. So, this question here na nasa likuran ko is one of the easy but confusing question in entrance exam and colleges. The question goes, how many real roots does the quadratic equation x squared minus 5x plus 10 equals 0 have? You know that in a quadratic equation, you always have two roots, okay? Because the number of roots depends on the highest exponent. If you have the highest exponent is 1, you have 1 root. You have highest exponent is 2, you have two roots. You have cubic, we have 3 roots, x cubed. If you have highest exponent is 4, you have 4 roots. But today, we'll be having quadratic equation only. So, how many real roots does the quadratic equation x squared minus 5x plus 10 equals 0 have? If your answer is equal to 2, letter B, 2, then you are incorrect because the answer is not equal to 2. Why? Because the question asks for how many real roots. Take note that in a quadratic equation, either be real roots or imaginary numbers. So, do not be confused on the question. Magkaiba ang question na how many roots and how many real roots. So, paano natin malalaman if the given roots, if the roots of the quadratic equation are real numbers or not? Are you familiar with negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a? Yeah, that is Brahmagupta's quadratic formula. So this one here, b squared minus 4ac, is called the discriminant. So what's the purpose of the discriminant? The purpose of the discriminant is for you to identify the nature of your roots, whether they're equal roots, real roots. So, paano malalaman that the given roots are real numbers and imaginary numbers? So if you have b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, if that b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, therefore your roots are real numbers. But if your b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, that is negative, then your roots are imaginary numbers. So, solving first for the discriminant of your x squared minus 5x plus 10 equals 0 for you to identify the nature of the roots, you will have x squared minus 5x plus 10 equals 0. In here, of course, your a is equal to 1, your b is negative 5, and your c is positive 10. Taking the discriminant, you have b squared minus 4ac, substituting its value. The value of your b is negative 5. You have negative 5 squared minus 4 times your a, 1, times your c, which is 10. So you have negative 5 squared will give you 25, minus 4 times 1 times 10 will give you 40. And 25 minus 40 will give you minus 15. So minus 15 is less than 0. And as what I've said earlier, if the discriminant b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, then your roots are imaginary numbers. Therefore, the answer to this question, A equals 1, B equals 2, C 3, D none, the number of roots, real roots, is the letter D, none. Wala siyang real roots because of your discriminant, which is negative 15. Again, the purpose of your discriminant is for you to identify the nature of your roots, whether they are real numbers or imaginary numbers. So quite confusing. You would probably say the answer is 2. Again, there is a difference when you have how many roots and how many real roots. The number of roots, again, can either, the roots can either be real numbers or imaginary numbers. So the answer here is letter D. In this given quadratic equation, x squared minus 5x plus 10 equals 0. So our next problem will be this one. Ta-da! 10 divided by 5, square root of 75 all over 10 divided by 5 times square root of 3 divided by 12 to the power of negative 1 to the power of 0. So this may seems very difficult. Isang tingin mo lang parang napakahirap na siya tingnan, but meron tayong, this is just simply a simpler problem. Simpler though. So how to solve this kind of problem? Take note that square root of 75 can be written as 25 times 3, which is just simply 5 square root of 3. So if you can observe, square root of 75 can be written as 5 square root of 3. So you have now the same numerator and denominator. So we will just simply cancel this one out and this will give you 1. Oh, diba? So you have now 12. 1 divided by 12. Take note that negative 1 to the power of 0 is just simply equal to 1. Negative 1 to the power of 0 is just simply equal to negative 1. So, this 12 here to the power of negative 1 to the power of 0 will be just simply negative 1 as its power. So, you have 1 divided by 12 to the power of negative 1. And take note that when you have a negative exponent, when you simplify 12 to the power of negative 1, this will becomes 1 over 12 because of your law of your exponent. If you have a to the power of negative n, this will give you 1 over a to the n. So you're just going to take the reciprocal of your 12. So this now becomes 1 times the reciprocal of your 1 over 12. Since our operation here is division, this division here will become multiplication, and you're going to take the reciprocal of 1 over 12, which is equal to 12. So this is just simply equal to 12. So 1 times 12 is 12. Therefore, this problem is just simply equal to 12. Okay. So next time, I'll be discussing another problem that is worth solving. So hopefully this would help sa inyo when you're going to take entrance exams. So sana mayroong may kayo natutunan ngayon na araw. So that's it for today. So much for that. Bye and thank you.